Yeah, we out the bed. Good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Ferris. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. Good morning, Debo. Good morning, Jermaine.
Good morning.
What's happening, Clark? There it is. From around the way. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So everybody, just man, August
It's
seemed
gone,
like it
man.
blew by, man.
Jesus, man. It's
Labor Day weekend and
man.
oh man, football season.
Yeah, once Labor Day weekend come, it
Yeah.
seems like that week is when the leaves just start turning colors, man. That week. And I've seen some leaves on some trees that's by my house that's starting to
Autumn leaves.
yeah, man. On their way to glory.
On their way. All right. Um, we want to just take a moment to do a very just special tribute to Dr. William Edward Finlayson. And I got to, we're in WNOV is housed in his old office. Am I
Yeah.
correct? And I had an opportunity to have a conversation with him when he turned 99, either 98, 98, and he came here. And I don't know if he drove, but he was here and had a great conversation with him. So, obstetrician and gynecologist Dr. William Edward Finlayson was born on September 1st, 1924, in Manatee, Florida. Dr. Finlayson served as a first lieutenant in the United States Army from 1943 to 1946 and served in the Army Reserves from 1946 to 1953. He received his BS degree from Morehouse College in 1948 and his MD from Meharry Medical College in 1953. Dr. Finlayson completed his residency at the University of Minnesota in 1958. After his residency ended, Dr. Finlayson established his own private practice in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1958. There's a whole lot of babies born. I missed him by a year. He continued to practice medicine for nearly the next 40 years from 1958 to 1997. Dr. Finlayson also held two fellowships, one at the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists in 1963, and the other at the American College of Surgeons in 1964. People don't know how trailblazing that really is when you think about what was going on in the 60s. He also taught at the Medical College of Wisconsin and the University of Wisconsin Medical School. In 1971, Dr. Finlayson founded the first Black-owned bank in Milwaukee, North Milwaukee State Bank. He served on the board of directors and was the bank's chairman. In founding the bank, Dr. Finlayson's mission was not profit-based. Rather, he intended to add stature and viability to underserved communities by offering full-service banking to individuals and businesses. North Milwaukee State Bank's mission was to facilitate, because they're now closed, community development, economic growth, personal and business advancements, home ownership growth, and financial education. Dr. Finlayson is a member of the Milwaukee Medical Society, a House delegate to the Wisconsin Medical Society. He is past president of Milwaukee Gynecological Society and served on the board of directors of the Southeastern Wisconsin Health System agencies. Dr. Finlayson is also he's former president of the local YMCA board. He is a member of the Urban League and a lifetime member of the NAACP. This information was taken from an interview by the History Makers on November 18, 2008. And so, happy 101 to Dr. Finlayson. Appreciate him for all the work that he did over and beyond. We always, there used to be a term back in the day, I know Michelle uses it from time to time, where you talk about race men, right? These were people who were dedicated to the advancement of descendants of enslaved Africans. And Dr. Finlayson was just a great example of that, just his philanthropic work and the other work he did in the community. And again, forming that bank, him, I think, Felmers Chaney's and others who had the vision. And I could say this, me and my brother was one of the first depositors at North Milwaukee State Bank when it was on Fond du Lac. My mama took us over there because we already had a little savings account at Columbia Savings and Loan. But my mama, until the bank closed, that's where she did all her banking there at North Milwaukee State Bank. I know that there have been many people who said that Dr. Finlayson delivered them. And so, yeah, just great. And to be 101 years old. And like I said, I think I interviewed him maybe 4 years ago. It was before COVID, so it had to be 5, 6 years ago. And he was still driving. So Dr. Finlayson, thank you for all you do. Happy birthday, September the 1st. Wow, 101 years old. All righty. All right. Okay. What up, DJ?
Good
Captain,
morning.
Captain.
Good morning. Good morning.
GB.
See, you got the big G on today. I wonder why.
You know, he in here smiling, so I think normally.
Well,
What do
we'll
we
pick
get?
that up.
We're gonna do that later.
Yeah, we're gonna do that later. But yeah. So anyway, let me do this. Today is the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina and the impact that it had in the Gulf, particularly the devastation of New Orleans. I watched the documentary Katrina, Come Hell and High Water. And so there was real stories there to people that they interviewed, Wendell Pierce, other folks who were impacted by it. And, it wasn't Katrina. It wasn't the hurricane that decimated New Orleans. The hurricane did damage because it kind of veered a little bit to the east. So when you look at like lower Alabama, lower Mississippi, it looked like a bomb had gone through there. But with New Orleans, the levees fell. And when the levees fell, all that low land there, because people know that a lot of New Orleans is below sea level.
Below sea level.
It's like a bowl.
Spike Lee, when I was a kid, obviously it happened when I was a kid. Spike Lee had a documentary on HBO when the levees broke.
Yep.
And
he was part of this documentary. He did the last segment. I don't know if that's his son, who's the producer, but he did the last segment where he went and he talked to folks, basically talking about the aftermath, the people.
Is this the 3-part one?
Yes.
My wife was watching it as I was leaving home this morning.
Yeah. And then I watched another documentary.
It's on Netflix. Is that where you saw that?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's another documentary on the reopening of the Superdome, which was, so just going
Reggie
and watching
Bush,
that.
Reggie Bush gave them hope.
Yeah.
Even though it was a sports town, but a sports team, but he was probably the hottest name, in sports at the time because he came from USC, and so when he got drafted there, they gave him like a glimmer of hope, just something to look forward to.
And Benson, who owned the team, he was trying to sell it. And they had relocated to San Antonio. San Antonio was really trying to get the Saints to stay there. And it was actually Paul Tagliabue who stepped in and said, no. The Saints stinks. They stank last year. The Saints need to stay in New Orleans. And they did. I think 2 years after they got back in the Superdome, was it that year or the next year? They won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I believe so because they won the year after the Packers won.
Yeah. So it was an awful period.
So that's who beat us then.
No. Denver. We beat
No.
After that, no.
We lost
because we went to the Super Bowl.
Either we lost to the Giants
and we lost the second
to the
time,
Giants in 2008.
Oh no, you're talking about the 90s. You're talking about Brett Favre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Rodgers only went one time. But we ended up losing because that next year we went 15-1, and then we lost in the second round to, I want to say, was it the Giants?
Had a bye.
It was either the Giants or the 49ers.
And Rodgers was coming off of that shoulder injury, even though they still did 15-1. Remember how cold it was that day? It was one of the few times you saw where there were empty seats in Lambeau. That's just how cold it was.
Rodgers looked like he was going to shatter. If they hit him one more time, he would shatter.
He had just come off of that. What was it, separated shoulder or It was something where he had just come back.
And then we had so many drop balls, and
Right.
we just.
But the year they won the Super Bowl, they had 21 players on injured reserve, which was crazy. How do you do that? So we'll talk about some other.
Oh no, that's a different year. I know what you're talking about. You talking about when we lost to the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah, that was years later. Remember when?
No, the year they went to the Super Bowl, that year they had a lot of injuries that year, and they still was able to make the Super Bowl. So
No, that wasn't that year. We was pretty healthy that year. Nick Collins, Tramon Williams, Charles Woodson. He only got hurt in the Super Bowl.
he got hurt in the Super Bowl.
We had Clay Matthews. No, we was BJ Raji. We was fairly healthy. We was really healthy.
The major players
that year,
but they still had a lot of players. Maybe I'll go back. We'll do some research when we come back and talk about Pac at the end. But anyway, so Katrina, it showed the failure of government. It shows systemic racism. I was listening on the way in to the producer of that documentary we were talking about, Come Hell and High Water, and he said that it was just the systemic racism. And
that's one of the few mayors that wasn't even regional that we knew.
Ray Nagin.
Yeah, just because of the traumatic.
Remember, George Bush was president. Blanco, who was a Democrat, she was the governor of Louisiana. Ray Nagin was the mayor of New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
He got a lot of criticism. I don't know what else could have been done.
Well, they gotta have. I remember I said this when I was here a few weeks ago. You gotta have somebody to blame, and he just happened to be the person.
Well, and it also showed the level of political dysfunction. It showed partisanship. It showed that when you're doing cronyism, everybody talks about DEI, but you put Michael Brown over FEMA. Remember Brownie? He had no clue to how FEMA should be run. This dude had gotten fired from, being the director of the show horseman group. And you put him in, and then here's what happens. There's something called the Peter Principle. Peter Principle argues that you will promote a person to their highest level of incompetency, usually in middle management where they have some control. And now you have people there who are ill-prepared to do what happens when you have a disaster. Now, there were some things that changed. One of the things that changed was that they came up with disaster food stamps. They also, and in that program, and again, if the president declares will accept the disaster request that the state has asked for, you get all those things. One of those things is that you get the emergency food stamp assistance, disaster assistance, other things, unleashing money from FEMA for people to come and rebuild, because a lot of people were decimated and their insurance didn't cover it.
Some things are cliches, but I lived a little to know that those sayings are true. Now we talking about the president of that time,
George Bush,
and then when you think about the president of this time,
right?
Just how differently people reflect on that president now, just based on the time that has passed, is tremendous. I remember somebody said that
we thought
George Bush
was
don't like black people. Yeah,
Kanye West.
Yeah, I remember. I'm not gonna say his name, but
yeah, Kanye West, him and Mike Myers looked, and they allude to that in the documentary when they were doing that big fundraiser for Katrina.
Yeah,
and Mike Myers is reading the cue cards, and Kanye West just deadpan, George Bush don't like black people.
Then they cut the Chris Tucker.
Right, but then like Mike Myers had this look on his face like, oh, where did that come from? But pray that we do not have anything similar to what happened. We saw what happened in Texas, and the response there, where he gets FEMA on the ground. But people will make the argument about, government is too big, and you got all these bureaucrats until you need government, right? And I've argued with people, me and Eastside John, we be going back and forth about, he believes in this whole laissez-faire, and There's a reason why we form societies. There are times. That's why we pay our taxes, right? Because there's a collective good that government can do. Now, am I arguing that government is perfect? No one or nothing is. I'm just saying at the time, government does a pretty good job based on what they're working with. And then when you have something where it becomes so entangled in partisanship and politics, people end up suffering. And I like they said, like 1,400 people lost their lives from Katrina. And the majority of those people were in New Orleans.
I remember that time we had some individuals that was displaced here.
Yeah.
And I actually, went to school, went to a grade school and middle school with a few people.
Well, we had some folks who had come. They were out at because Mayor Marvin Pratt was over that out at State Fair Park, and we had some people who came to church. I remember them coming to church, and the first thing they commented on was just how different the weather was. But it just happened to be one of those humid days.
Yeah.
They felt a little bit like home. But the poor folks went to Houston. People with money went to Nashville and Atlanta. And
I didn't know that was the breakdown.
Yeah, that's how Paul Morton got to Atlanta. That's where the people with money, people with education, they could go. It became a bit of a crisis for Houston because it overwhelmed their school system, it overwhelmed their social services, because you got people coming in. What do we do? How do we do what we do? So
people from Houston still talk about Katrina to this day.
Oh,
just based off of the
and
people
Baton Rouge had a black mayor who said, y'all can't come here. All right. And then we know about the people, they interview a guy, he's going through Algiers, and he gets shot. And then they show the white folks down there picnicking, almost bragging about, they shooting looters.
Yeah.
And look, there's an image that, and it just showed about the racism, that it just taints everything that happens in this country. So they showed this white couple who had a garbage bag. They're going in the store to get food. Oh, they got food to survive. Black people going in the store for the same reason, because those people at the Dome,
right,
at the Superdome, the people at the convention center hadn't had food 2-3 days. So that ain't looting. That's survival. And
I remember
how
that.
can you pay for it?
Jay-Z had a some people would say this is probably one of his worst albums, Kingdom Come. But Jay-Z had a song called Minority Report, and it talked about Katrina. And to me, that's one of his most lyrical songs, just as far as how in depth he talked about Katrina and his contributions to Katrina, and then the double-edged sword of, well, I'm just giving my money to the same people that left our people in this position. That whole time, I just remember, and it, people always say, like, these are the type of things that are going to be written in history books.
Yeah.
And I can say that I've lived through several things that I could say, like, wow, that
9/11.
9/11, right? I was literally watching that on our smart board.
9/11. Well, let me get the call. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, you on there?
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
This is Rick calling from Germany.
What up, Rick?
I want to say to you, Keith, ain't no need in praying against the weather, because you're going to get more extreme weather. Whether you're talking about the Gulf Coast, the East Coast, you're going to get more extreme weather. Whether you're talking about Tornado Alley, it's coming, brother. It's coming.
Yes, sir.
You pray you survive it.
Yep.
All right, fellas.
I appreciate you. So yeah, 9/11, Katrina, Obama being elected twice.
Being elected.
Well,
that first one was so it was the first one was so big that it was a girl that I was talking to in high school. We were on the phone watching mind you, I was a sophomore, she was a senior. We're on the phone as teenagers talking about the election just because of just how big and the gravitational pull that it had on the nation and our people at the time. And then we had a literal follow-up at school the next day where we basically, like, the first portion of school we basically didn't have, because we were just talking about the election. And then the same thing happened on his inauguration day, a couple months later.
We
Then we had something at church.
Yeah,
We had something at church.
We had I remember talking to my late friend Elder Ron Banks, and we made a decision we were going to talk on election day.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted to make sure that when it was official, wasn't no, hanky panky going on. And that conversation, that's why the last conversation I'd had with him was for during the 2020 election, and he had COVID, and he succumbed to the complications from COVID. But we were going to do the same thing we did,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we wanted to make sure that this dude was gone. And so we're going to verify that. So you think about the things that you lived through history. And I mean, we were talking about the 60s, man. And, I was in kindergarten when Kennedy was assassinated. I was in the 5th grade when King and
his brother RFK,
Kennedy was assassinated, right? I was 12 when we went to the moon and walked on. You think about all these things.
Did we really?
Yeah, I know that there are people out there that don't ever accept. My grandmother didn't accept that we went to the moon, and
Have we been back?
What was the reason for it?
I mean, if you did something once, usually they always going into space though.
You ain't Bitmo did that to the man in the moon.
Yep. Yep. You're listening to Community Voices Friday. Hey, the phone line's open, 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
AURN News. Back to Community Voice with your host, Keith Parris and Devon Jones, DJ The Protege.
Batesville Caskets. Ah, there it is.
Helping
They
families
hadn't seen helping families.
honor the lives of those they love.
Helping families for the lives that they love. Batesville Caskets, there you go.
Wow.
Always shout out Batesville's Caskets. Caller, welcome to the program.
He wouldn't even know that's a casket.
Good morning. You're on air.
Yes, sir. Good morning, and thank you for taking my call. Assalamu alaikum to you, brothers.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. You were just speaking about the why was the reason that the moon landing, if it actually took place, and why they went there. And we are taught in the Nation of Islam that the moon actually was once a part of the earth. The earth is more like the shape of an egg, more like oblong as to like a perfect circle or whatnot. And that many years or there was a scientist who wanted the people of the earth to speak the same language, and he was upset because that didn't take place or something to that effect. So he blew up the earth, or tried to blow up the earth, and he separated what is known as the moon from the earth, and the water from the moon spilled over to the earth. And that's why the reason why the earth is not flooded is because the moon is pulling on the water. And the reason why the white man went there is to confirm what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, that an explosion took place and the moon rock smells like gunpowder. That's what the white man discovered when he went there. And that is the reason why he went there, to disprove or to attempt to disprove the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as related to why the moon exists. And the moon is part of the primary reason why the water churns up and down, and that we're not drowned, and there's more water here than earth. And what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad also said is that black people are like the moon trying to get their water back. Water also represents life and knowledge. And it's also scientifically the universal solvent because it's acidic in its nature.
All right. I appreciate you, man. I had the opportunity. I was in New York. It's always a geek part of my trip when I go to New York, do different things. That year that I was there, I went to the Museum of Natural History, and there they were showing in the planetarium this documentary called "When Systems Collide." And it talks about how there are all these collisions. Now, we're talking like billions of years. So the most widely accepted theory is the giant impact hypothesis, which states that the moon formed from debris ejected into space after a Mars-sized object known as Theia collided with the early Earth about 4.5 billion years ago. This massive collision melted rock from both bodies, with some of the ejected material eventually coalescing into an orbit to form the moon that we see today.
You believe that?
Yeah, I don't believe that, man. I think
That sounds crazy.
Whether I believe it or not,
A collision
yeah.
made the whole earth dark at one point in time.
No,
You
the
know,
Earth
of
was
a
still-
day.
Earth was still forming.
Marvin the Martian and space modulators, man. That's what I
Yeah,
believe.
Earth was still forming.
Hey, but I you know, as Christopher was speaking, I thought, well, actually, a question came. You know, with so many theories about the moon, you know, is the phrase "many moons ago," did that arrive or derive because maybe there was different moons at different points of time of
No,
existence?
that comes from that the moon.
Over
It's
a
like,
period of time.
yeah, no, it's the moon. You
Yeah.
got a 30-day, 31-day
Yeah.
cycle with the moon. That's all it's saying.
Yeah.
It's like some people don't say happy birthday. They say you had another trip around the sun.
Right.
Now it used to be a belief that the sun revolved around the earth. That's why me in the GTO, whenever this would come up, he would always go, we use the term sunrise, sunset. Well, technically the sun is not rising and it's not setting. It's how we're orbiting around it. But for many years and I don't know if it was Galileo, whoever came up with, no, actually the earth revolves around the sun, not the sun around the earth. That was considered like heresy because of people, because there's still people out there who believe that the earth is flat.
Well, in reality, since people are saying that
why couldn't it be flat?
It isn't. That's why it couldn't be, because it isn't.
Hey, that ain't the answer to
that. That is the answer. It isn't.
Because it is.
Because it isn't. I mean, why couldn't it be? Well, I'm gonna tell you why it couldn't, because it ain't.
Oh man. I'm gonna answer some questions like that.
Hey, I like that.
Hey, I'm gonna answer some questions like that.
Just are, and some things just
is
ain't.
you is or is you ain't.
Right. Okay. There you go. Some things is, some things ain't. Yeah. This is a is. It is round.
I don't know, man. They lied to us about Christopher Columbus.
Man, I think they lied to us about everything.
I don't know that you can lie about anything, and I got all of that, but the earth is still round, and it still revolves
I'm not saying
around
that it ain't
the sun.
I'm just saying, why do you think, it couldn't be flat?
Because it isn't, DJ.
That's not a good answer.
It is a great answer.
I can't give you that answer when you ask me questions, man. I can't. You know how much you be hopping on me? Even when I give you explanations, you hop on me. So if I just say, cause it ain't, oh man, phone lines be lit up on me.
There are pictures from space that shows that the earth is round, not flat. Man, you don't.
We already just said that we don't even know if they went to the moon or not.
I don't think they went to the moon.
Okay. All right.
I mean, from the who?
He just went in space, right?
Yeah.
I know Gail didn't go in no space.
I know Katy Perry, none of them went, because when she removed that door from the inside, you open that door from the inside and it's supposed to be sealed.
Why is that? Why is
Gail didn't go in no space?
Why is the science? Why is the science so hard? You know why that maybe they went to the moon?
Why?
What do we have? How do you use your cell phone?
Satellites.
And where are they?
I mean, that don't mean that they went up there and physically put it up there.
They did in space?
Yeah, but it don't mean that they went up there and physically put it up there.
How did they get up there then, Jermaine?
I mean, though, you can shoot it up there.
I honestly think.
And what are they doing? What are they doing? Are they orbiting?
Well, what are they? Okay, so
listen, to the point that we got some of these satellites up there from time to time.
Satellites are floating because they're not nailed down to anything. It's not like it's up there nailed to something. So
I do think that science is man's poor justification to prove stuff that they can't really prove.
Why don't you let us scholars handle this one?
Debo, you ain't a scholar. That's one thing for sure. The only thing you're a scholar about is food.
Right, they tell him
the only thing that you're a scholar about is food, brother. Now when we talking about burgers, I'll let you have it. But with this right here,
I'm always amazed at the science that we accept and the science that we don't accept.
I just don't believe you can't. I mean, from the evidence that they've shown, from the video. No, I'm serious. From the videos that they've shown, that when these guys was up there, there's no way. First of all, how did the cameraman get up there?
Did y'all see the Red Bull experiment?
Oh boy, here we go.
So the Red Bull, they had this. It was like it looked like a little pill, but it was like a little ship, but it wasn't a ship. Like it was like a little pill. They dropped it. It was in space, and they just dropped it into the earth. And people was in there, and nobody got broke off or nothing, and they just miraculously landed in earth.
So who is
that wasn't real. You look up the Red Bull experiment, you'll be like, man, that ain't real. And they supposedly dropped him from outer space.
So who is this guy that went out of space? He went out of space and came back, whatever, but he broke the
I don't know.
Man, it was a stuntman
Okay.
a few years ago.
Okay.
Chris got us into a tangent.
I'm trying to think of this guy. Anyway, for them to say, man, that these guys was the first guys on the moon, and you got the cameraman capturing these guys coming out
If
of the
you ever
shuttle.
wanted to get punched out, walk up to Buzz Aldrin when he was alive and say, "Did you really go to the moon?"
I saw some of those videos, but they won't even swear on the Bible though. They won't even
Caller,
swear
welcome
to
to the
that.
program. What's swearing on the Bible?
what are you
gonna
hiding?
do? That ain't proving nothing.
So why go to court and swear on the Bible?
And people
Why go to
still
court?
lie,
No.
Jermaine.
But I'm saying, why do that in court if it don't have a meaning
First of
to
all,
it?
you giving the Bible a little bit more power than it actually
The
has.
courts, I get it, but the courts does it. So why do the court do it? Because they swear, they want you to swear that you're going to tell the truth.
Because there's a penalty if you don't.
Okay, so why not say I'm not touching it, just like Dude said?
And you don't have to put your hand on the Bible.
But they do.
And you don't have to swear. You can say, I affirm.
I get it, but they do.
Okay.
This guy did nothing. He ran away from it.
All right. Caller, welcome to the program.
You won't answer that one.
Good morning.
Because it is. I just answered it.
Because it is.
Caller, welcome to the
Good
program.
morning.
Good morning, fellas.
Hey.
I just want to say that I don't believe that we went to the moon. I don't believe they had a way to shield the astronauts from the radiation surrounding this planet. And to get through that radiation, it would take lead shielding that was too heavy for the rockets to lift off. So they may send 2 or 4 people to Mars, but we ain't all going to Mars.
Rick, have you ever seen a Saturn V booster rocket?
Yes, I have.
It is huge. It is huge. And I was just telling them before I don't know if we were on break, if you go to Cape Canaveral, you will see the science. Now, whether people believe it or not, you can believe what you want to believe. But can you say it didn't happen? And then what facts do you have to say that it didn't happen?
I assert that the radiation surrounding this planet would kill the astronauts.
Well, the stuntman
That
that's
wasn't
known
Evil
for
Knievel.
traveling. No. It was what's his name? Felix.
Evil Knievel.
No. Not Evil Knievel, but
Felix
somebody else.
Baumgarten.
Yeah.
As part of the Red Bull Stratos project, he ascended to the stratosphere in a helium balloon and performed a record-breaking free fall back to the Earth. Okay.
And then somebody else just tried to do it, but they died.
Right,
in the
because they
process.
don't have the wherewithal. And I'm talking about
So since you on your phone, look up that Red Bull experiment.
he just did it. That was the guy.
that was the Red Bull
Yeah,
experiment.
Felix Baumgartner.
Yeah.
You just look, how that look?
Crazy as fool.
Come on now.
Crazy as a fool because the other guy that just tried to do it in July 16th, July 18th, 2025, nearly 13 years after.
Did the Challenger explode?
This guy, yeah.
Okay. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You on there?
Yes, sir. Brothers, I had to call back. Because this is amazing. This amazes me. I'm like, wow.
I'm amazed, man. You say you're a
you-
scientist and you believe in science, and then you giving me and I don't even know if it's a hypothesis.
That's not even a hypothesis, Mr.
Okay.
Parris.
Okay.
Mr. Parris, I had a person tell me that the sun is a hologram. I said, wow. Then who's the person that produced the machinery to project a hologram
Yeah.
that radiates heat
Yeah.
and helps to change the season?
Yeah.
Where did you not go to school?
Well, there's some good weed out there, man.
Yeah. Say
There's
something
some
like
real
that.
good smoke out there.
Mr. Parris.
You in the car.
Wow, Mr. Parris. Little children that are even preschool know these things
Yeah.
and will look at you as an absolute fool
Yeah.
if you were to tell them this.
Yeah.
and they would probably run away from you.
Hey, Chris, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, and mind you, I'm not a scientist, and I hated science in school. So this is why
That-
this is
that's
why I got all these
That's
questions.
played it a lot.
Yeah, this is why I got all these
Science.
questions, you know. But just being full transparent. But my question is, so you know that as the seasons move on, the days become shorter. So does that mean as the year goes on, is the Earth turning more rapidly?
No, the Earth revolves on its axis at a set rate, and I think it's at 1,037 miles per hour. It spins terrifically,
So, question,
so
Christian.
that we
No,
don't
wait.
notice it at all.
So why do it the sun set earlier,
Yeah,
like
I'm
throughout
with
the
you.
year?
Because we are
The days are shorter.
Yeah,
coming
the days are
away
shorter.
from the sun.
But
The
you know what's
seasons
interesting,
change
Christopher?
Because,
Wait.
yes, sir, Mr. Parris.
In
Because-
January, that's
They said
when
that it was speeding up.
January is the closest that the Earth is to the sun in early January.
Yeah.
That's coming off the
Right,
equinox.
but- Right, that's right, because we're going back closer to the sun, because as the seasons are changing now, we're going away from the sun. That's why we have a North Pole and a South Pole, and we exist under the heaviest layer of the atmosphere, and that's why it takes terrific force to escape it. As the
Gravity.
rockets break, right? As that's why we are under the most tremendous pressure because of gravity, because of the 7 layers of the atmosphere. And once you escape, the heaviest part of the atmosphere becomes thinner. Space is like nothingness. And so once you enter outer space, and these people have the knowledge to do these things. So if you thinking that they don't have a rocket ship or things that can escape the atmosphere and then re-enter it, then I just really feel really bad for your children if they're listening to you.
Right. And like I said, man, when I saw, like, when they moved the space shuttle, they showed the tractor. The weight of that vehicle is so heavy, they have to reinforce the ground with the tracks. That mover moves something like 2 miles an hour, right? That's just how heavy that is. We're not even, we talk about moving. And if you, like I said, if you ever seen the Saturn V booster rocket, you can't believe how big that and the amount of power that's in that in terms of the fuel. It's man. And look.
So why do the sunset change throughout the year again?
What?
Why does the sunset change throughout the year again?
It depends on where you are. For us in the northern hemisphere, right, it's winter in Wisconsin, but in Argentina it's summer because they're south of the equator. And that's what he's talking about, that axis. The earth is almost, it doesn't seem that way, but it's on an axis. And that's how we revolve around. But I was surprised that the sun is closest to Earth is closest to the sun in January, yet it is not the hottest part for us in the northern hemisphere.
So then why
It
wouldn't the
is in south.
sun? Well, obviously the sun doesn't set, but so why doesn't day become night at the same time throughout the year then?
Because of the rotation of the sun. That's why you have different time zones.
So then it's either. So what I was asking was, is something moving more rapidly throughout the year?
No.
So then how?
It's the position of where you are.
That don't make sense to me.
It moves at the same speed. Caller, welcome to the program. And there will be a test on this. Caller, welcome to the program.
Man, I'm trying to study.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for taking my call. First of all, the material that was used to protect the astronauts from radiation was titanium, not lead. And the Earth is not flat, because if it was flat, there would have to be a point A and a point B. And if the Earth was flat, a rocket would not be flying vertically.
That's correct.
And for people,
thank
that
you for explaining
believe
that. When
that
I
the
asked
Earth
Keith
is
that,
flat,
he couldn't give me no
all
answer.
they have to do is look in a telescope. If the moon is round, therefore the Earth is round. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Man,
I
Keith,
thought this
that's
was,
what I needed,
thought this
Keith.
was settled science, but I
That's
guess
what I
it
needed,
really
Keith.
isn't for a segment of the population.
Hey, you can't trust nothing these days. So you got to keep asking questions.
Okay. I
Yeah.
boy, like I said, I'm amazed at the science that we accept and the science that we don't. But and you will hear me say it all the time, just because you don't believe in a fact don't mean it ain't a fact.
Mhm.
Okay, you might not believe if you get hit by the bus, you gonna get hurt.
That
But
ain't
can we
science.
reverse that? Because just because you believe it, that don't mean that it's facts too.
What?
Just because you believe something, that don't mean that it's the facts. You just believe it to be true, but it don't mean that it's
I
true.
accept it to be true, not
But
believe
it don't. But it don't. If you accept it, then you believe it.
That's right.
Stop it, man, with the wordplay. If you accept it, you believe it, man. Stop. Stop it, man.
We gotta
Hey.
do the wordplay. What are you talking about?
Stop it, man. Stop it.
Listen.
You can't, hey man,
Stop
slow that down, bro.
Stop it,
the
man.
wordplay.
Stop it, man.
The man that sleeps on the floor
never
cannot
fall
fall
out
off
of
the
bed.
bed.
There
you
you
know
go.
what I'm saying?
Oh man, and y'all deep too. Y'all deep too. But you gonna argue with me that the world is flat?
That we not arguing. We just asking the question. Why couldn't it be?
And-
And so you couldn't answer it. The caller did.
So
There we
question.
go.
So question, Keith. You are a Bible scholar. Now,
no, I'm not.
okay. Well, you're close to.
I've read it.
Okay, well, you read it. Well, so we're gonna leave Debo out of it because Debo didn't read it. But the Bible says to the ends of the earth.
Yeah,
So
based on the science at the
wait,
time that made
hold
sense to
on,
them.
hold on. Not based on. I'm just saying what it says because we don't know how they figured it out. But
Obviously, they didn't figure it out because the Earth ain't flat.
so you saying that the Bible's wrong?
If you're using that, to say, yes,
okay.
yes, I will say that.
Okay.
Oh, wait! Don't think you.
I'm just saying.
Don't.
Are you saying that the
Don't
Bible's
get
wrong?
off. Don't get off first.
I'm just asking because if you said
I said that the Bible is wrong. If you're using the Bible to explain whether the
To the
world
end.
is round or flat,
so, it
yes,
says
the
to
Bible is wrong. But hold on. Let's do context, Jermaine.
Okay.
Context, Jermaine,
Yeah.
is that was the science that they knew at the time. If we wrote the Bible today, I don't think we're going to be using that same language if we're incorporating the science.
But are we still applying today to our lives that will some of the stuff or all of the stuff that was written in there? Are we applying it now
I got
today to our lives?
I got you, Jermaine. We had this conversation many moons ago.
There
right.
you go. Many moves.
We can't take the Bible literal.
Who can't?
We can't.
Who can't?
We
Don't say
can't.
can't. We shouldn't.
We
Why
can't,
not?
and we shouldn't. It's both of them.
Because science is saying that ain't the truth.
So
the
again,
Bible, the Bible gives you stories and parables that
right.
you can't take literal. Remember?
No. You can apply.
Are you
going to
actually try? You
Right.
actually going to try to fit a camel through an eye of a needle?
No. Okay, dude, that's just
Are you-
using
are
an
you-
example
Are you moving the
of
mountain?
something. So
Are you moving?
So you're not.
Are you-
so you're
are
not
you-
actually moving a mountain, but applying it to your life. Hold on.
That's my
Applying it to
point.
your life is a situation that might be a mountain.
Trials and
There is-
tribulations.
there is
we
That's what I'm
Science?
saying.
There is
That's what I'm saying.
science.
That's not
So
literal.
I mean, but we're
That's
talking
not
about
a
two different
literal
things, though.
mountain. No,
There
we're not.
is
Yes, we is,
science.
because
We're talking about
There's
words from the Bible.
science,
That's the same.
and then there's belief.
But we're
We're
talking about two
words from
different.
the Bible. That's not two different things.
Wait. He just said there's science and there's belief, right? Science says you can't move a mountain. But the belief is if you got a situation that's in your life that seems like a mountain, you can move it.
So that's not literal then.
Right.
That's what I'm
talking
saying.
about
It's a metaphor.
trials.
It's a metaphor.
Okay.
So,
That's
so
what I
but
just
it ain't
said.
science.
but it ain't science. So we're talking about two different things.
So we can't take it literal, is what I said. And we talked about this many
I never
moons
said
ago,
take it
man.
literal. This many moves. I never said take it literal. I'm saying it's a situation that you take and you apply to your life.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Boy.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, my man.
Oh boy, we
Good
getting ready
morning.
to get deep now. Good morning, bro.
Pull out the shovel.
The thing is that what we do is if we get too far into genealogies and unlearned questions, we put ourselves in almost a non-believing state. Somebody gonna say something?
No.
Some stuff I won't
Not
even
yet.
touch because if you look, Johnson, he was vice president at the time. He made clear that whoever can control the weather will rule the world. You understand? And this is when all kind of inventions were going about to try and control the weather. Now, Christopher said something that made a lot of sense because a lot of people don't think about it. But if you see the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, they meet together, but they never mingle. They come up to the buff line and they touch each other, but they turn back the other way. One going back that way and the other one going back that way. They never collide and mix. There's two different types of water in the Pacific and in the Atlantic. They never touch, but they come and they meet. They meet up at the top, but they never cross over. They never made each other. So that's a strange thing. When you talk about, here's a question: the world is round, all right. The satellites have proven that, and so forth and whatnot, I guess. So would we be actually walking upside down right now, Keith? One part of the day, would we be actually upside
No,
down,
because
walking upside down?
it was something that the brother mentioned. It's called gravity.
No. We get gravity. We get gravity that's sticking us to the earth, but are we upside down right now? Even though gravity has got us, holding us, are we upside down now?
No, we're not.
Why wouldn't we be upside down if the world is round and the world is turning? You the scientist.
I love all African people all over the world. Wow. Oh my Lord. Come on, man. Really? Thank you, DJ, for once again taking us down into I appreciate you.
Chris. You just said, "Oh no, it ain't me."
Oh, not that who me?
That was Chris talking about the moon.
You're listening to Community. No, but you then said that. Asked the question, which had me thinking about Kyrie Irving.
No, I just asked. Why
Did he
can't
think the world is flat? Don't he think the world is flat, even though he flies
to the ends of the earth? It could be the top and bottom too.
We'll be right back.
Voice with your host Keith Parris and Devon Jones, DJ the Protege.
We're all the way live. And now it's time for the Protege's perspective.
So much is demanded and required, whether it be from others or yourself. Expectations are set so high that even Mount Everest will be intrigued. The passion of perfection is passed down from task to task, person to person, and generation to generation. We hold these truths to be self-evident that no man shall make a mistake. That's how it's always been. That's how it is always. But it doesn't have to always be. We learn through life with trial and error. No exclusions, multiple trials, multiple errors. Humans possess humanistic traits, yet when a human has a lapse in judgment, experiences a crisis, or has a financial downfall, immediately grief and disdain is evoked. Humanistic actions are often dehumanized, and so are those who commit them. Due to a certain expectation placed by others or yourself, an unattainable path has been created because though trials may have been thought of, errors certainly have no room to be a part of the equation. Should an error arise, it had better be an acceptable one, or you will hear and feel the depths of disappointment and criticism like never before. These feelings can come from others, yourself, or both. It is positively certain that we are our own toughest critics, followed by loved ones, and then lastly, some haters. But haters don't really count, do they? Well, sure they do. Allow for humans to be humans, and that includes you too. There is no limit on mistakes made. Yes, the overall goal is to learn from those mistakes, but mistakes are an unfortunate natural part of life. Should we learn from those mistakes, then a lesson is created which provides more value and meaning to life. This, in return, blossoms into an unfortunate natural blessing. Humans do human things. So understand that mistakes will happen and no path is left without blemishes because mistakes are just a part of the story. It does not have to be where the story finishes. And that is the Protege's perspective for this week. Appreciate it. A little bit.
You know, I was listening at you there, DJ, and I heard some lines in there that reminded me of something we say around here sometime. No, he died, and he was dead.
And he never died before.
Because I was asking the other day, I was with a bunch of folks, and I'm still trying to figure out why you hear people say something like he was blind and could not see. Why did you have to put that back part on there when you know what blind means?
Or maybe he was blind and partially could see.
No, then he wasn't blind. He was partially blind.
Well, blind is in there, ain't it?
I don't know. Blind and could not see. You know, maybe you just didn't know the depths of, you know, a
but if he was
path
deaf
or,
and could not hear,
or perfect or a purpose. I mean, deaf and could not hear. You know, you ain't listening hard enough. You know, you heard it, but you ain't listening.
What the hell are y'all saying?
Basically, it's Friday. That's what we said.
No, you know, Keith,
they trying to
spoke to me.
Justify this, man.
No. Keith spoke to me last week, and he was talking about the element of a response and a reaction, and it's better to have a response or to respond than to react.
Yeah, 'cause
Now,
reality sucks,
obviously, that sounds like the same thing, but it's really not,
Right.
because a reaction is more emotional and is right in the moment.
Right.
And it could lead to things that will lead to other more negative, explosive things. But when you respond,
You got time
it's
to think.
it's a pause, right? You have time to think, and you have a more educated, sound, more well-rounded response.
So when you hear that for every action there is a reaction,
Yeah.
that's a negative.
No.
Well,
for every action there is a reaction, because something will follow.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, basically what you said was that a reaction and a response were different and should be looked at differently.
It is, for the simple
So,
fact.
so how did we end up here when I asked you what's the purpose of telling me he was deaf and could not hear, if the definition of deaf is one who can't hear?
Because he wasn't listening.
Because he can't hear.
Oh, he wasn't
silly,
listening.
man. He was blind
and could not see.
Could he see?
No, he couldn't see. He was blind.
But he can hear, so that's good enough. So
it
So why even say the tail end of that?
Will Ferrell Anchorman to because I'm blind.
I just always wondered that, man. We talk about it here. What do we joke around with on Be Healthy Be You? He was dead, and he wasn't alive.
Or dead and sleeping in the grave. Like, where else will you be dead at?
Where else would he be sleeping?
I could have been dead,
sleeping in my grave. What? Dead sleeping in the park. Well, I tell you, we say some stupid stuff. We say some stupid stuff.
It's people that are alive that are dead.
What?
Sleeping in their grave. Yeah.
No, I mean, the literally spiritually dead.
Yeah, mentally
dead.
Yeah.
But they're alive.
I mean, if they heart beating, they're alive.
Right.
But they're dead.
That was like
that's contradictory.
People, when people say like, man, you look like a zombie. They moving like zombies.
But
they ain't dead.
But he's still not dead.
Now, when the zombies were like the Walking Dead, right?
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, they were dead, and
But
then
they
they
were
were reanimated, and
Hey, see?
Man, you guys do not want to do no thinking on Fridays.
None at all.
I'm saying what you want.
I'm doing
today.
I'm doing some thinking. You got
make no sense. Just
no. It do make sense. You got to have things more in depth. That's like we was talking about a response and a reaction. That's a more in depth thought on how we interact when certain circumstances arise.
No,
that's what I was telling when me and DJ was having a conversation. I learned as a manager. Pause. There's a quote I love. I have his book, Modern Basketball. The late great John Wooden, the Wizard of Westwood. He said, "Be quick, but don't be in a hurry." You always hear Bill Walton talk about that. That there is a difference when I'm in a hurry. I'm not thinking. I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. Where then how do you? Because I can react, and I can do a whole lot of damage in my reaction because I didn't think. I went on my feelings, and sometimes you got to step back and go, "Ooh, now." In the heat of battle, like you can step back. And if you're in an emotional situation, and that's it. People say, man, like, what is it? Was it like a minute or something? 50 seconds? A lot of what you see people doing is they immediately react to the situation. They're not even mindful of long-term consequences.
But you also have to be mindful of this response that Keith say something or somebody say something to you. What the you just say? You know what I'm saying? That, hey, you need to take more time. You took a pause, but it wasn't long enough because you still.
Well,
you
the
still
story I
on.
told last was, I had a girlfriend back in the day, and we would have these real deep intellectual conversations. pretty much fact-based. And whenever I got an advantage, she would say, "Yo, mama." Okay, what had happened now? I'm off my square.
Right.
I'm off because I'm sitting over here. What you say about my mama?
Right.
And it just got me because that's the thing. I was watching Coco Golf last night,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a whole lot of conversation around where she is mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And if people do sports, how much is mental? About 80%.
Most people say 90%.
Right, it's mental, right? Your state of mind, your focus, your ability to stay on task, all those things. And I said it was amazing how people, and I'm not going to say she allowed it, but when people get in your head, you got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't ever give the enemy that advantage.
Yeah.
Where they can go in and now they got you thinking, as opposed to, it's like they said in football, right? Don't react, think.
Mm-hmm.
Trust your training. Follow the
that's
technique.
any sport. Yeah.
Follow your technique.
Mm-hmm. Instinct.
Defensive backs, they get beat often. Because the receivers are just that much more. They're faster. They're going to get beat, but trust the technique. Take an angle. Don't panic, because when you panic, you can make a lot of bad decisions, and it's hard. It's hard.
Debo, here's another one.
Listen.
There was a time where I was talking to a coach, and he was talking to me, and he was like, "Man, are you listening to me?" And I said, "I hear you." He said, "But are you listening?"
Mm-hmm.
And it was at that moment where I realized that hearing and listening are two different things. Now, if we just look at it as a broad stroke, we're gonna think they're one and the same,
but
they're not, because
and I wouldn't venture to say that they are, because one of them means you're paying attention.
Right.
The other one, you can hear something and really don't care what it's saying and or doing.
Yeah.
Oh, you. I'm a preacher. I can tell you, people looking like they're hearing what you're saying, but it's being dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
It's being blocked. It's all those that because you're right, that not only because you've done that cone, the communication cone.
Mm-hmm.
You got the sender, the medium, the message, the receiver. It's like you hear black people, we need black leaders. Well, hell, you got to follow them. That it's great. You can have somebody out there, but if you're not listening and you're not following, then you that becomes the problem that a lot of times. But we are feeling creatures. Our feelings, nothing more than feelings. Where's my pinky ring?
But to DJ's point, I've been to different services or events as recent as last week. If it's not interesting to me, I hear it, but I'm not listening.
And I think the only reason why I will listen is because I'm a hater, and I want to be.
They said you would sleep too.
Well, he was checking the leaks.
You're right. At one point, everybody was kind of had a moment of sleep at that table. I'm just saying, I ain't calling no names.
Neither did I.
Yeah, but I'm just saying at one point, because I know you're right. I did kind of, and I didn't even eat lunch.
Oh.
I didn't eat anything.
When was this?
Huh?
When was it?
The business.
And call it an event, man. Yeah.
But I didn't even eat because I know.
Hey,
when
y'all grown.
When I eat,
you can say where you was at and what you did.
You cancel Christmas because
you was supposed to be there.
Yeah,
if you wasn't supposed to be there,
shoes gonna be kicked off.
I loosened the belt, kick the shoes off, lay back in the seat. It's over. That.
See, that means you were listening.
Oh yeah,
because he wanted to know more. I'm talking about DJ. He just asked.
But you know what? I don't think there's anything, such a thing as unimportant information. It might not be important at the time, but there's some information. Let me delphonic you all. Didn't I blow your mind this time? And there's a line in the song. It says that 10 times or more, yes, I walked out the door. Get this thing through your head. There would be no more. Like this time I'm gone. Sometimes people are telling you what's happening, and you ain't even hearing it. You ain't even hearing it. And then they come in and go like, Keith,
I told you.
and I'm going to win. Yeah. I've been telling you for the last 2 weeks. You've been dismissing it. You've been ignoring it. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I've done that.
I don't recall.
I've done that. Like,
I don't recall.
What you say?
I took and told you, but
I don't recall. I
was and I think as human, would you all agree as human beings sometimes we're contradictions walking?
Yeah.
And but one of the things that I always did in basketball practice was I paid attention.
Oh yeah.
I paid attention. I wish I would have paid a little bit more attention in the classroom. And I did too. I mean, but I pay attention. And so
eventually you did.
They're going like, you remember all of that? Yeah, I was paying attention. Yeah. I mean, I'm taking in the information, man, like, oh. Now, didn't always have the great attitude, but when it was time to run the play, I knew how to run the play. And when I first started, like it started at JV, where you get organized now, you got to run plays. You ain't playing on the playground.
Yeah.
And man, it would be like, but then after a while, the mechanical part of me would kick in. Yeah. And then I go like, okay, here. And then it made sense because if I do this, then this should happen.
Yeah.
So it was, and I did logic twice. So then even, how you logically think about things and work through things.
He's 2 times as logical as the average man.
Right. So I did kindergarten twice and I did logic twice. So
2 times.
That's impressive.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How does any kid flunk kindergarten?
Twice.
I know a few people.
Gym.
Oh yeah, you can flunk gym. All you got to do
know
is
how
just
you flunk gym.
Yeah,
I know how you can flunk kindergarten.
Don't
I don't know how you can flunk.
I know how. Yeah, you don't complete. Like if there's a certain thing you're supposed to do and you don't do it, you can flunk it.
Oh, y'all had to swim.
Yeah,
I'm glad I ain't go to a school with that.
Yeah,
I would have failed then.
Mesmer has a pool.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. We were playing the last game we played my senior year against Mesmer. Came in and I'm smelling chlorine. Yeah. There's a pool right in the old gym.
Yeah.
Right there on the other side of the old gym. Yeah, they had a pool.
Man, that's crazy because my senior year I had 2 classes, man. I don't even know why I do know why I came to school because I had to play
basketball.
Yeah, so I had to be in but I had 2 classes. I had study hall, which started at 8, and gym right after that. And then I was free to go for the rest of the day, and then I had to be back at school for practice.
Free.
Man, you talking about fun? My senior year, and I was driving.
Did y'all have a closed campus?
You had one other class.
You got closed lunch hour?
No.
Man, I thought you told me you had one other
class. No,
Debo,
that was you. You
know you had lunch.
So you had special ed.
4, 5, and 6 hour lunch.
I did do A, B, and C lunch.
You was hungry, weren't you?
No, I was just going because I didn't have nothing else to do.
I went to one of my favorite restaurants, and they had mock chicken.
Really?
McDonald's?
That's what I thought too. Mock chicken. It really wasn't. And so I go, these are not mock chicken legs. And the woman go, no. She said, but there's somebody. She said, you went to MPS? Of course. I mean, the mock chicken leg, but what it was pressed chicken, like a chicken patty.
Ruined your day.
Man, I used to.
No, man, I didn't order. I got wings.
Man, when they were cooked right and it was crispy on the end, man, the mock chicken legs, when they was crispy.
It's the gravy, man.
Oh, my.
It's the gravy.
It is
the gravy.
It's the gravy.
It is the
gravy.
Man,
it's the gravy.
Jesus,
that's what sets it off, man. It is.
And Fridays, when we had the pizzas on Friday.
So y'all had pizzas on Friday. We used to have the fish on Friday.
Really?
Oh, man. I used to watch, what was it, Albert the Alley Cat?
Yeah.
And Albert would give us the lunch every day.
So,
MPS lunch.
Fish?
Oh, we had fish on Friday. And
it was cod, man. It wasn't like catfish or nothing.
Yeah. perch,
I'm like,
buffalo.
oh, so it was the square.
And you know what we had with it? Tartar sauce.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Not tartar, tartar.
What you about?
No, because I don't like tartar sauce.
Oh,
He
really?
just said,
man,
he just said it's not tartar sauce.
It's, I
No,
mean,
it was
tart.
tartar. It was tartar.
It was
But he
watered
pronounced it
down.
tartar sauce.
Oh,
And that's, oh man, everybody got, before you went to school, you got that lunch menu,
Ugh.
man.
Yeah, Fridays was pizza day, man.
yeah,
I used
you
to
definitely,
love.
you definitely looked at that lunch menu, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
I'm telling you,
yeah,
the
you
pizza
knew.
days and hamburger day, hamburger and cheeseburger days.
I'm gonna tell you, man, mock chicken leg day, they probably had like as close to 100% attendance.
Yeah.
The worst lunch because I can't really remember no bad ones that I wouldn't eat.
Any lunch they served beets. Any lunch
No,
they had
I didn't
beets.
say side dish.
I'm trying to see when.
meat.
I didn't really
Pizza,
like
pizza
their
was
lasagna.
good, spaghetti.
When they used to do the
mock
lasagna,
chicken legs, huh?
when they used to do the lasagna.
When I came around, pizza
like the
became a
lasagna.
little weak.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
our
they did,
pizza was
but
good.
I didn't go
They
to
had that
MPS
thick
though.
crust.
But MPS did a thick crust
Yep.
pizza
I ain't go to
Thick crust.
MPS.
that was,
Man,
you know,
with the
why
cheese.
they-
Woo!
man, government cheese too, by the way.
Hold on, man. I got something for that.
You right though, Debo. You maybe the hamburgers.
Man, burgers was
So
fire.
we had cheese. when
Well,
we had-
ours was
Maybe the
wrapped up in the
hamburgers.
silver thing.
and I'm not saying they were bad, but you say like the worst meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. It probably. What about the grilled cheese on the bun?
Oh, I used to love that. What?
The grilled cheese, the burger,
Man,
the
with fries, man, our
lasagna, the
fries used
pizza,
to be.
the mock chicken leg.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember too many
Oh,
bad
meatloaf.
ones.
That meatloaf was slamming, dude.
And you know how I
Yeah,
know
the meatloaf, I
Debo?
would eat that.
How you know that Debo don't recall having a bad lunch? Because
Here you go. He get ready to go somewhere goofy.
you can see about 20, 30 years on him right now. Right now, as he sit right there, you can still see that cheeseburger he had in the 4th grade.
Somebody asked me some one time. I said, "Do I look like I missed any meals? Do I look like I missed a meal in my life?
Oh, right, a meal.
Somebody talking to me about drink this stuff. And I said, you know how long it took me to get this physique like this? This is
And Debo full of it too, boy. Don't
This
I
is
tell you?
intentional.
Yeah, call me Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, you're listening to Community Voice. Oh, when we come back, we got to talk about it. I don't know how we've been able
Let's
to
go.
contain it, been able to contain
Let's
ourselves.
go.
We got to talk about it.
Let's go.
We'll be right back.
back to Community Voice with your host, Keith Parris and Devon Jones, DJ The Protege.
All right, welcome back. Now, yesterday I got a text from DJ to me and Craig saying that Micah Parsons, number 11, had been traded to the Packers. And, you know, every now and then we get those things and you just be like, oh, man, that ain't even true, you know. But when it became apparent that it was true, this was a game breaker. So just to bring you up to speed, Micah Parsons, man, his stat lines is when healthy, this dude, first 4 seasons, he's had at least 12 sacks in his first 4 seasons.
Only one player has done that outside of him.
And who'd that be?
Reginald White,
the Minister of Defense. And so the Packers normally don't make trades like this. And people pointed out the biggest free agent signing ever was Reggie White.
No.
Yeah, it was Reggie White.
Not since him. We had some since him.
Ooh, I'd say
Charles Woodson. That was big.
It was big.
Charles Woodson was player of the year.
Yeah, but it wasn't
defensive player of the year.
Reggie White.
But that was big.
By the time he got to that franchise was pretty good.
So what's the difference?
Charles Woodson.
Okay.
And then remember we had got Julius Peppers after that.
He was at the end though. No, Julius, he came as a free agent. Yeah.
Right. Traded
for anybody. And you know what? I was just listening. I don't know this young lady on ESPN. I don't know if it's First Take. She's a Packer fan. She had her cheese head on. And she pointed something out because, again, we talk about how we react within the moment. If Micah Parsons stays healthy and if Micah Parsons is productive, the Packers Jerry Jones must just didn't like him because they get 2 first-round picks from the Packers. Packers are usually in the playoffs, which means that they're drafting late. You're not getting like top 10, draft picks. So those 2 draft picks that they get is not going to really hurt the Packers because normally the Packers are drafting so late anyway.
And to be honest, we draft terribly in the first round. Just if we're going to be honest. Who we get?
Golden. It looked like he could keep. Now, hopefully, Love can get him the ball.
We got Jordan Love.
That was in 2020.
Yeah,
Jordan Love.
But it was still under.
Let's see what
Brian.
he does this year. I didn't realize AJ Dillon is gone.
Yeah, he been gone.
He with the Eagles.
Yeah. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You guys are so funny. You said we can still see the cheeseburger from 4th grade. I almost crashed my car. Hi, Keith. My question is, and I may be comparing apples and oranges, but my dad is a diehard Cowboy fan, and he texted me early this morning upset. Am I to overreact like I did with the Dame trade, and I went out and got my son that jersey, now it's a flop? Can I go get a Parsons jersey, or should I just lay low and see what they have?
Wait,
That's
hold on.
my question.
Hold on.
That's a great question.
Wait.
That is a great question.
It is, but I got
Because I wasted my money last time, and now those jerseys are cheap, and I'm like, all this hoopla over Dame.
It wasn't a flop. He got hurt. It wasn't a flop.
It didn't work out for the
But
team.
it's not a
We've been
flop.
waiting on Dame to come through for the 4th quarter still.
But he was hurt.
Consistent. Yeah. So this whole thing about Parsons, I'm like, okay, Dad, we'll get the football jersey, or should I hold off?
Well, we got him for a few years, so if you want to hold off, you ain't wrong.
Man, come on, man. No, go get that jersey. Stand 10 toes down.
And
I
wish I could extend condolences to your dad.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh man, he is so hurt.
Cowboys.
Yeah. Man, I got
and
family in Dallas.
that they traded him to us. Like I always say, the Cowgirls, they hate the Packers, and the Packers, we do not worry about them. We don't worry about them at all.
Well, dude,
But
here lately we haven't. It used to be the Cowboys owned us.
That's
Cowboys owned
Troy
us.
Aikens, they
was owning us.
That's a long time ago.
The last 10 years, at least for me, you didn't have to worry about them because they destroy themselves.
See, but this trade is almost like Green Bay trading a player to Chicago.
That don't happen.
Exactly.
That
So
don't
that's
happen.
why everybody was so surprised.
Now you might go
that
inside
Jerry
as a
did what
free
he
agent,
did.
but then they more likely
Exactly.
to go to Minnesota.
But they not really
than to
our
go to the
rival, though.
Bears. Who?
The Cowgirls. They
The
not our rival.
Cowgirls.
No, I mean,
No, they
were.
were.
I mean, they
During
look
the
at us
playoffs.
as a rival just because we beat them.
Yeah, the player Jerry
all the time.
Here lately.
Jerry hate us.
Here late. Oh,
And my only other question was, I had the peanut butter cake in MPS,
Oh,
and I don't know
my
where
God.
to get that anymore.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, you
on.
just sparked back some
Man.
memories then.
Remember that peanut butter cake? It was so moist and
Oh,
thick.
yes.
well, in your mouth.
Man, with some milk.
Well, in your
Similar
mouth.
to the-
Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You shouldn't have did that though. 'Cause
Lord
now-
have mercy. Lord
Oh
have
my
mercy.
God, he's got this ooey gooey peanut butter cookie that puts you right in the mind of that MPS cookie.
Is that
man.
right?
Oh,
Who,
yeah.
who has it?
A friend of mine, he bakes and he comes around selling them. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
if I can get him.
We ain't heard from Arizona, but guess who we get first game of the season?
Yeah.
Guess who we get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when the
And
schedule came out, he stopped calling. He already knew what the outcome was.
Well, he really ain't gonna call now, man.
I gotta, you know what? I gotta try the chicken at Cousins.
Yeah, I just seen that, and I'm going there when I leave from here. I'm
Chicken
going down to
at
East
Cousins?
Capitol.
Yeah, they-
crispy chicken.
Crispy chicken. You can do it like fingers,
Salad.
and salad, and then also the sub.
Yeah.
I ain't trying no chicken
I
from
was wondering what I was
Cousins.
gonna
Y'all
have.
crazy.
Why not?
They got bologna down there, man.
That's like getting tacos from JJ's.
No, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Dude,
man.
Cousins got grilled chicken sandwiches.
Grilled.
It's chicken. So whether you grill it or fry it, it's the same difference.
Frying is different.
It's chicken.
No, grilled.
It's the same difference.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
It's the same difference,
Chicken,
bro.
man.
No, you tripping.
It's the same difference, bro.
Okay, so I'll be phoning in an order for
Thank you.
crispy
Man,
chicken.
look how
sandwich
good
today.
that joint look, man.
Y'all tripping.
What?
And I love Cousins.
Have
Okay.
y'all seen the commercial with the cat? Have I talked to y'all about the commercial with the cat?
Oh, if we roll the window down,
with the glasses, sunglasses.
hey, it was a diva.
You know this one? Roll the windows up.
And Roller, he said,
Yeah, y'all got to get a strike. Y'all got to get a strike.
Dude,
for that,
you
man.
tripping.
Y'all got to strike.
First of all,
why?
so what is
Y'all
Cousins
I'm
known for?
gonna give you McDonald's when they went to the chicken wings.
Sandwiches.
The
They
chicken
are
wings-
sub sandwiches.
What's up, man?
Man, that was a chicken tender, man.
On
What
the-
you talking about?
On a piece
So
of
what's the
bread.
difference between that and then Wendy's chicken sandwich or McDonald's chicken sandwich?
Wendy's, you can't compare Cousins to Wendy's, dude.
Dude, you
we,
was
we
tripping.
can once we try
It
it.
was tripping.
Once we try
Say
it.
that. I mean,
Y'all
that's-
Have you tried it?
Well, one of them is
y'all
fast food.
have you
I
and the
gotta
other
get
one
my
that.
thoughts together.
I know.
Y'all are comparing Cousins to Wendy's.
Well, first of all,
No,
Cousins
we
is
said
better
we're
than
gonna
just
try
looking
it.
at me crazy like
no,
y'all was.
no.
You was talking about the food, brother. You was talking about the food that they
Well,
serve.
why they have chicken?
Burgers
They
and
do
chicken
do chicken.
sandwiches. That's
Cousins used to
that's the
have.
same.
Hold on, D. Cousins used to have the greatest cheeseburger sub.
They sure did.
They took the cheeseburger
took it
sub
away.
off the menu. Oh, dude.
cheese steak.
No, they had
Man.
cheeseburger.
They had a cheeseburger.
No, no,
Sub.
I'm saying cheese steak. They do they hot chicken
I got
cheddar
one for you.
deluxe.
I
that-
got one for you.
but
So why
not
can't it
no
be crispy?
chicken tenders.
I
man.
got
Why
one
can't it
for
be
you.
crispy chicken? Because that's basically what it is, crispy chicken.
So if you go to this spot that's right here, I'm not gonna mention the name, but if you go to the spot right here and order
Right here on Atkinson.
right here and order a cheese steak sandwich,
No, hell no. You
But-
crazy?
okay, Zaza's.
It got the name chicken and fish in the name. You think I'm about to?
So you go to Zaza's and you order burgers. It ain't burgers in Zaza's.
I've never been to
They don't do
Zaza's.
burgers?
I never ate at Zaza's.
Yeah.
They do burgers.
Yeah, they do burgers. They do fish.
You
they do it
pointing
all.
to a place that I've never been.
Well, go check it out, brother. It's up there, and his name's Zaza's, but there's no burgers in the name Zaza.
Like I said, I ain't gonna
I
try
know
it
this
because
joint
it's
up
been
the street
32
up here.
years.
I ain't gonna call the name because they're currently closed. But they have like cheeseburgers all on the advertisement. So I come in and say, "We ain't got no cheese. Wait, we ain't got no cheeseburger. Why you advertising cheeseburgers?"
I think I know what you're talking about because I think we
Listen.
went in there too.
And what's better? What's better at Center Street, the cheeseburger plate
Or the fish.
or the fish?
Cheeseburger plate.
Cheeseburger
Cheeseburger
plate,
plate,
dude. It is a fish market.
Yeah.
It ain't the same no more.
How?
It just
Because
ain't.
your taste buds done changed, Junior.
No, it ain't changed. It ain't
This
the
cat
same.
here,
It ain't the
boy.
same no more.
This
so.
cat here.
He just oh
Nah,
man.
I grew up on Center Street Fish Market. Like I said, Boys and Girls Club's right up the street from it, so I know Center
I know
Street.
that pork chop sandwich be slaying.
You know what I'm
Keith.
saying? It just
Yes,
ain't.
sir.
Didn't they move off of like 30
Funniest commercial.
Ain't they selling pizza now? Come on.
Who selling pizza?
Who selling pizza?
When they selling pizza when they first came back?
I don't know.
Who?
Getting no
Center
pizza
Street.
from Center Street. Yeah.
Man,
No
listen.
pizza from there. It's not crazy.
You never know till you try it. It might
certain
be.
places-
It might be
And that's
good.
the point. You
Don't do
ain't
that.
even tried the sub yet. You ain't even tried the chicken.
It's certain things you could just look at and hear. No, it's
you
atrocious.
can't. No, you can't.
That's atrocious.
No, you
I
can't.
better to differ with you. No.
So,
problem. Give it
try
all
it.
Have
that
you
one.
had the steak, egg, and cheese at McDonald's?
Yeah, that's terrible.
No, okay. My point. They selling steak.
That ain't even steak. I don't
My
know what
point
that
again.
is.
So now you're even
Remember
making my point
McDonald's,
even
those
more.
chicken wings
I
they
don't know
did.
what that
People
is.
didn't buy them, but those
But they was
McDonald's
fire.
chicken,
They was
fire.
good.
Those wings were good.
But McDonald's, those type of fast food restaurants, they
I'll tell you
they
one.
cook everything, do everything type of restaurant.
Have you had the wings at what's the restaurant? Checkers.
Yeah. Oh,
Checkers
yeah.
got
The
wings?
wings. When the wings
Man.
first came out.
Man.
Yeah. When the wings first came out,
Yeah.
Checkers had some
Checkers.
fire wings, bro. I used to
Oh,
go there
yeah.
every night.
That was atrocious too. I
No,
never get no
bro.
wings.
They was actually great,
Atrocious. You tried them and you didn't like them. Is that what you're telling me?
Checkers.
bro. It was seasoned like somebody.
You tried them and you
didn't.
didn't like them.
No, he ain't never tried them.
Checkers is your burgers, chicken sandwich,
Why?
fries type
Man.
of place.
Why?
You
So
missing
that's
on
all
them
I'm
wings,
gonna
brother.
be getting.
But why is it though?
You missing on the
horizons,
wings.
man.
If I want some wings, I'm gonna go to a wing spot.
So wait a minute. So how do you know Checkers ain't a wing spot? Because though you grew up buying burgers from there,
Yeah, it says it in the label.
it just say Checkers.
burgers and fries.
I like their shake though. That
Their
strawberry
shake is
shake
great.
wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not a big ice cream shake guy, but I like that.
Stop moving the goalposts. We ain't talking about
Ain't nobody moving
drinks.
the goalposts.
Anybody
Ain't
could
moving
make
the
Man, you ain't
goalposts.
even
anybody
been to the
could
spot.
make
You
a
sit up here
drink.
saying it's atrocious.
Anybody could have.
You can't
shakes.
be a food
Everybody
critic and
got
not eat the
shakes.
food.
I think you need to try it first before you
Yeah.
have an opinion on it.
You know, I'm a firm
Certain
believer that
things.
one should not speak if you're not speaking from experience.
Certain things is atrocious. You know.
Didn't he say that in his perspective? That we learned from our experience?
I tell you,
Yeah.
people,
And in order to have an experience, you have to do it.
And at that, and also, there are some experiences that I don't even have to experience to know it ain't for me.
But I'm just saying, don't say it's atrocious.
Hey,
and you
that's
hadn't
a drop
even
the
tried
mic
it.
moment.
No, it ain't a drop.
Yeah,
Pick
it
it back
No.
up.
Yeah, it is.
Pick it
No,
back up.
I ain't picking it up.
Pick it back
It's
up.
gone. It's dropped.
DJ, you guys have you guys paid any attention to that Progressive commercial? I think it's Progressive. Where the old dude, I think the catchphrase with them is like, where they try to stop you from becoming your parents.
oh yeah.
And he go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And the dude's like, "Hey, they got roast beef and something on half price. Maybe we can swap them out." He was like, "When the door closes, the conversation stops."
Thinking stuff about like, oh, they got this for clearance. He put it down. Put it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. That is a good commercial.
And
It's
when he
fun.
was talking to the dude with the dirt bike, he said, "But I don't see any mud on it."
They was at the football
They be having
game
some
talking
good
about
ones,
the
man.
parking and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Don't become your parents.
Yeah, and you can. You know, I'm trying not to be that old dude. You know, when you just sit up in the,
Yeah, like me. Get off my grass.
right. I don't know what it is. You get to a certain point that the world is just so jacked up.
No, that's
you know, it's just we going to hell. It's like,
Get
dude,
off that railing.
Hey,
You
but I
better
saw
not sit up
Debo
there.
do that to some cats over here. Get on from around here. I'm like, dude, you sound like somebody. Get on from around
Actually,
here.
we all witnessed that.
Yeah, cats all like, get away from here. Get on from around here. Now,
Nobody telling you to come up here.
carrying on. Get on from around here, carrying on, carrying
And
on.
I bet not see you again.
and Debo, I'm older than him, but sometimes it just be like, who the old guy?
That's because he got blues in his blood.
No, I'm talking about you.
He got that. What? You ain't talking about me.
Yeah, you try to.
I thought you were talking about you.
Right. That's atrocious.
Hey, that's it. That
Right.
is atrocious.
That's atrocious. Like, oh, dude, you ain't even had it yet. I just don't, all these young new fandangle thing. I
Hey.
can't keep up with all the good stuff.
You hear certain things and you be like, "That, yeah, that's atrocious."
Man,
You ain't got
just
experience.
from one who has had
let me, and this is
Those
why
wings are
I would
still
say
fire.
that you might want to try it. And Cousins has a quality, a consistent quality.
Yeah.
That when you go in other people, it's kind of up and down.
Yeah.
That's not the case with Cousins. They are consistent, and
I
so
do
if
have
they
to say that
introduce
for sure.
something. I mean, I didn't try the bologna. I got my
didn't try it
bologna
either.
sandwich from.
Bologna?
I got my bologna sandwich from. What's my spot over here?
Stein? Is it?
No.
The deli?
No. What did I tell you the spot I go to?
Because
Him and Keon actually put me on bologna because only thing I knew was that Oscar Mayer bologna.
Oh, that
They was describing bologna, and I'm looking at them like two grown ass men talking about bologna. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Man, pull the
And
red
then
thing
they
off
was
of it.
like, oh, so you must ain't never had bologna.
Yeah.
And then when I explained it, they was like, no, we not talking about that. We talking about something else.
Some rag.
Yeah. So
yeah. Oh man, when you cut it off it ain't pre-sliced.
Yeah.
You cut that, get you a hunk. Shoot, boy. Fry you up, get you some light bread. Now I know some people like mayonnaise, some people do mustard.
You got to get you a little char on there too, though.
What about
You gotta do a little
spam?
char on there.
Oh, spam is
Fried
fine.
spam
Oh,
and
it's the bomb.
breakfast.
No, that's atrocious.
What? Are you for real?
Yeah,
Dude, spam is so good.
Listen,
Fried spam ain't
I
bad.
don't want no
With some
meat
toast?
that's supposed
Man,
to
some
be
toast and
it's
eggs.
supposed to be just meat, and then every now and again you get a bone in your teeth.
From spam?
I ain't never
From
had a bone.
spam, yeah, man. It be
I
Put
never had
that
that.
can back, bro.
Yeah, Doc. I think you had.
you got particles in there, man.
Yeah, but I think it was a piece of metal that
And
was
you'd
in
be
your,
surprised. It is very good pieces of pork. It is
speaking of bone, somebody told me back in the day. Now I never ate this, but the fish fillet from McDonald's
You
had a
said-
bone in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's crazy to
Yeah,
me.
because it was good fish.
because it was real fish.
Real fish.
Dang, that's
what they do
crazy.
now, pollock?
Man, they do abracadabra fish now. It ain't real. It
Keith, do you remember the restaurant Doc's?
They do GMO.
Did you ever have the fish
Genetically
wish?
modified organisms.
Yeah,
Man, that fish wish would make you hurt yourself, man.
For real.
Yes, Lord.
I mean,
The
Debo
best
said
fish
it like he
sandwich I
just
ever
had
had my whole life was in Nashville, Tennessee. It's fish and pizza. He ain't sold a pizza in 50 years. But dude, that fish sandwich,
That fish off the
it is
chain.
whiting, hot sauce, cheese, pickles, mustard on white bread.
What about fish and
Wow.
chips?
He remember the whole order.
What about fish and
Arthur
chips?
Treacher's fish and chips?
Yeah, fish and chips used to be fire.
With that
man.
Archer Treacher?
How we go from the Packers to food?
I don't know, because we were looking at the commercial and ooh bubbles.
Right. Ooh, bubbles.
I'm pulling up what kind of fish is in fish fillet. And
Cod?
McDonald's.
Fish and chips.
What'd you say?
Fish fillet. McDonald's fillet.
Yeah.
What is it?
414-444-5250. Caller, thank you for your patience. You're on there. Good morning. You're on there.
Morning. Try out some cold cuts if you like cold cuts. Fresh by market, a farmer's market. They have garlic bologna, regular bologna. They also carry healthy cold cuts. Okay, and no fillers or anything like that in there, and it's very healthy for you. Although cold cuts does carry a lot of sodium for high blood pressure. That's individually, I guess, they will do that. But go to First Time Farmers Market. They got mesquite turkey. They got Cajun turkey cold cuts. They got barbecue chicken cold cuts. All types of flavors. No sodium cold cuts. It's all freshly cut as you stand there. Anybody ever heard of First Time Farmers Market?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, they got one in Greenfield. They got a brother over the store in Brookfield, and of course one downtown on Water, 470 North Pleasant. You may see me in there assisting people on maybe the weekends once in a while, but check out their cold cuts department. You would not be disappointed. They got the buffalo chicken, they got a sweet chicken, they got a herb chicken. All these are cold cuts, and I never had cold cuts that were chicken before. But they have the turkey, they got the ham, they got all types of turkey in there. Low sodium turkey, low sodium ham. But just check it out. You would not be disappointed.
It's healthy.
But do they got jive?
I appreciate you, Kathy.
Do they got jive down there?
Huh?
Jive.
Kathy, you trying to make us healthy?
Yeah, man.
Man, I want some jive turkey. Do they got that on the bread?
Jive turkey. Well, y'all, we let me thank everybody for being part of the program today. Debo, thank you. Jermaine, thank you. DJ, thank you.
Thank you.
Clark, Okay.
Yeah, he might be underneath.
Clark is out of the building.
Oh, okay. Elvis has left the building.
Yeah.
Hey, good Lord willing, Creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody on Tuesday. Y'all have a safe and wonderful Labor Day weekend. And as always, go from this place in peace.